Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the By the Lakeside podcast. My name is Sandra and this is a podcast about my knitting and sewing adventures that take place in my craft room here in my home, which is by the lake. I am located just outside of Toronto in Canada, and I am looking outside my window right now. We are starting to get lots of beautiful snow. And I believe we are getting about 10 centimeters of it overnight tonight. So tomorrow's going to be a little hairy on the streets, but for now it's really, really pretty, and it's Sunday and it's 2 weeks before Christmas, so it's really, really pretty, and it's a nice relaxing day. So I thought I would try to get here to do a podcast just in case it gets a little bit too busy next weekend, which would be the last weekend before Christmas. And there's lots and lots to do. So let's get started with some knitting. This week I don't actually have any finished objects, but I do have a couple of whips that I am really, really enjoying. Really loving all of my projects right now. I think I had a little bit of a switch over when I was changing over from finishing some projects and then starting some new ones. And I ripped out a few. I wasn't happy with some, but I think I've got just the perfect mix of projects right now to keep me really happy for whatever mood I'm in. I think it's kind of like knitter's bliss. So I'm going to share the first one, which I'm really, really enjoying. I've shown it to you before. It is my Ardent Shawl by Janine Kallio, and it's really beautiful. I really love it, and I'm super happy with this project. It's a really beautiful yarn, beautiful pattern, easy to follow but still interesting, and I love everything. I love how it's turning out. I love knitting it. I love watching the pattern grow, and this yarn is really, really beautiful. It's almost starting to remind me of a really nice denim. You can see the colors here. They're really, really beautiful. There's a little bit of variegation in there. I'm just going to pull out my yarn so you can see it. This is my Manos still Uruguay. Looking for my band here. Here it is. It is the Alegria. And it's a 75% superwash merino, 25% polyamide. It is in the color pewter. So it's really, really soft. I'm really happy. I think this is going to be one that's really nice up against the skin. And I'm really looking forward to wearing this one. I think I took a little break from it because I had some other projects that were distracting me this week. But I think this is one that's just going to keep flying off the needles because it's really quick. It's beautiful. I really, really enjoy it. I don't know what else I can say about it, but I actually think this is one that I would knit again, and I haven't even done half of it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful knit. So that is the Ardent Shawl, and I am definitely going to continue with this. This is in a project, the field project bag from Fringe and Association. Or Fringe Supply Company. I never know which one to say, but I love this bag. I've shown it multiple times. I've got a new pin on here. I've put the workroom pin, which is a really great store in downtown Toronto. And I got that in a package when I had recently received some fabrics from them. And the needles that I'm using for this, I didn't mention actually. They are the Knitter's Pride Royale needles. This is a US 6 or 4 millimeter. I'm really liking these. I was really lucky and was sent this really beautiful set from Knitter's Pride. It's the beautiful case that has the Paris on it, and I love interchangeable sets, and this one is really, really nice. I like that it's super compact, so I think this is a great one that if you had a bit of a vacation or a trip, you could just take this with you and not worry about it. It's really, really compact. And I love the the various colors for all of the different sizes. And another thing I thought that was really neat with this set, and I think that Knitter's Pride has done this with all of their interchangeable sets recently, but I really like that all of the cords are different colors for the different lengths. I think that's really neat because I actually find myself having to measure them when I'm going to set up for a new project, and I can't tell which is which at a quick glance. So I really like that they're all different colors. It's a really nice set, so I'm really happy with it. I had started this shawl on other needles, but I was so excited I wanted to try them out, and they're working really nicely. There's no catching at the joins, and I really like that they are wood needles but with the metal tips. So really nice for a lightweight shawl like this, really easy to pick up your stitches. There's nothing worse than a blunt needle, but these are working really well. So overall, this project, it's been really, really nice. I love it. So this bag stays with me. I have just a couple of bags that are pretty much always in the near vicinity of me at night when we're in the family room, and depending on my mood and how tired I am or what I feel like that night, this is definitely one that's been out and I've been working on. So I'm going to keep that one going. Really happy with that one. But I am super excited to start another shawl, so I'm really going to push myself to get moving on that one because I have plans to start another one. And yeah, I'm really trying not to start too many right now, and I think that's why I have a bit of this knitter's peace or bliss right now, because I don't have too much going on. But the things that I do have on my needles, I really love, and I think that's my new trick. I've also got in one of my favorite bags, this is my large project bag, and this is where I keep my Cozy Memories blanket. This I have fallen in love with again. I really didn't have much started for the longest while. I had 2 squares and then I put it aside, and I did show it a few weeks ago in my last podcast, but I've been adding to it very slowly but surely. It's coming along really nicely. So I originally had these 2 squares, which are Madeline Tosh unicorn tails. And I have been using some of my primrose yarns, which I am loving. I've ordered some minis off of her Etsy shop. They're beautiful. I think they're one of my new favorite yarns, and I'm definitely going to be continuing to order more. I think her shop is empty right now, but probably going to be restocked soon. So keep your eye out for any updates there, because her yarn is really beautiful. So this was the first one I put in. I don't actually have my little bands with me because I'm keeping all of my minis in a big jar, but I have mentioned them before in a previous podcast. So this one is beautiful. Love it. It's purple with lots of different colors in there. Periwinkle, fuchsia, there's a little hit in there. This one, I love it. Gorgeous. This is one of my favorite yarns I think I've ever knit with. Just the combination of that bit of yellow in there with the pink. This one I do remember is called Roller Derby. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I might get this in a large skein because I love it so much. Really love it. And then this last one here, I'm about halfway done. Also really, really pretty. I love these colors. I can't remember the name of this one. And I've got my little stitch marker here, which is a little cookie or graham cracker from a homespun house. So I'm really happy. I think this one is going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually not enjoying these circular needles very much anymore. I find them really slippery. And because I'm doing this knit in front of the TV or with a movie on, I'm finding it just a little like fussy. So I'm very, very excited. I have ordered my first set of signature needles, just a set of straight needles. I think I ordered the same size as these, which is what am I using here? So right now I'm using the Addi Turbo Sock Rockets in the 2.75 millimeter or 16. And I love the needle, but I'm just finding for this project, it's a little slippery. So I ordered a 2.75 millimeter in the signature needles, and they might even come today. I'm kind of hoping probably tomorrow, but I am really excited about that. Oh, I might actually have a band here. Here's my roller derby, which I put in. This is the one. I'm wondering what color this is. Oh, this one here is Blueberry Jazz. And then the yellow one, I'm not too sure. No, not sure. Okay, so this I'm loving. I think it's the perfect time of year to work on this. I have been debating whether or not to start my second row before I'm done the width, but I think I might start the second row. I'm having a little bit of an issue with just putting in random colors as they come. I do have the Opal Advent calendar, and I like most of the yarns. Some of them, not crazy about, but it's fun and I'm enjoying it. But I haven't really wanted to put one of them in here yet, just because I am a little bit of a control freak when it comes to color and where I'm putting the color. I think if I start the row on top here, then I'll have a little bit of an option. So if I have a color and if it doesn't fit on this row, I can stick it up here. I'll just have more room to play. And I am gonna start to try to incorporate some of the opal yarns, but so far I haven't really, I don't know, some of them are oranges and they're just not really what I had in mind. I kind of wanted this to be really happy. And as much as I like earth tones and fall colors, I just feel like I kind of wanted pop colors in here. I wanted really saturated and bright and just kind of fun piece, like fun swatches in here. So yeah, we'll see how the opal goes. I'm not too sure yet. I do have a few set aside that I know will work, the pinks and the purples. But I'm really, really enjoying this too. This is this has been really really calming and de-stressing for me at night if I'm really tired, which I know I always talk about, but let's just face it, winter nights after work are pretty exhausting. And sometimes I'm just not in the mood to pick up something that has a more complicated pattern and that I have to have the paper out and keep referring to it and counting. So I'm really enjoying this. It's gotten to a point where I know the pattern and I don't have to think about it. Even picking up the stitches and casting on for a new square, it's become a little bit of a routine for me now. So I think I'm really enjoying this, and I'm gonna keep going and try to collect a lot more minis and start using some of my beautiful sock yarn that I already have that I haven't cast on yet. I'm just gonna start putting them in because why not? Okay, so my third whip today is in my little Christmas bag from my shop. This is a small project bag. I love these little reindeer. They're so cute and they've really gotten me in the mood, but for Christmas, because I'm doing a Christmas sock. So you guys, I don't think I have ever knit a sock this fast in my life. It's pretty impressive for me, not for most I'm sure, but for me, I knit in bits and pieces, and I haven't really, it's only been very, very recently that I feel like knitting is almost a second nature to me. So I don't have to think about picking it up. I'm just starting to pick up my projects no matter what, no matter how I feel, even if it's just a couple rows. And I've been more consistent about doing a little bit of knitting every night and keeping it with me. So if I get stuck somewhere, which doesn't happen often because I drive a lot, but I've even taken, you know, a quick coffee break at work and knit a row or two before heading back into the office. So it's just been really, really nice. And I'm sure that this yarn has a lot to do with it because it's unbelievable. Okay, before I even show you the sock, I have the Cozy Knitter in the Glitz Base gingerbread house. Look at the sparkle on that. I love this so much. And it's a weird, funny thing that happens when you have this amazing striping thing happening, is it's almost like a race that I have to see the next color, and ta-da! I love this sock. I can't even tell you how much I love this sock. It's stunning. It's stunning. I don't know if you can kind of catch the glitter in there. I see it here, but I don't see it on the camera. So to top it off, I've got this beautiful peppermint bark progress keeper from the Gnome Knitter, whose projects and things I love. She has been, Joanna has been inspiring me to. Her Instagram is gorgeous. She's gotten me hyped to get my Cozy Memories blanket going, and she's whipping through her, so lots of motivation there. And I love her stitch markers and progress keepers. It looks so real. So this project overall is a winner. It's amazing. I love it. I'm really knitting faster than I ever have. I'm also using new to me needles. Okay, let's back up. So I told you the yarn. I am using Susan B. Anderson's Smooth Operator sock pattern, very similar to the basic vanilla socks that I've done in the past so far. And I've also used the, this yarn came with the little mini for the cream cuffs, heels and toes, and it also has sparkle in it. So I started out with that. I've just passed the spot where I have done a couple of rows to mark the afterthought heel, so it's right in here, and I've passed that. Now I'm going to continue a little bit more, and I have a new idea for me. Because I tend to really slow down when it comes to my heels, because I haven't done that many socks, I just so happen to have a second set of these same needles. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to finish this sock, just keep going right down to the toe and finish, because I think for me that'll be super quick, not worry about the heel. And then I'm going to cast on the second set, or the second sock, using these Knit Pro Zings, which I'm really enjoying. I ordered these in a little shop on Etsy because I don't know if you can get them in Canada. And I'm really enjoying these. These are the 2.25 millimeters DPNs. I really like them. I ordered 2 sets because I thought I was going to be casting on all the socks and I didn't. But I think that this is really going to help me get through that suck and suck syndrome, is I'm going to get down to the toe and finish that first sock. I'm going to cast on the next one, do everything the same, and get through, hopefully through to the toe too, and finish it up. And then I'm just going to do both of the heels at the same time using the Smooth Operator sock pattern from Susan B. Anderson. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's going to really get me finishing socks faster. And in fact, I was kind of thinking, if it works, in the future, I might even wind my ball into 2 and do them that way, because I did have a little bit of a fail. Last week, I tried to do the 2 at a time magic loop socks, and I do mine top down, and it was a little bit of a disaster. And I didn't have my heart set on doing it. I was just trying to test out that technique to see how it would work for me. And I like magic loop socks, but it was my first time doing 2 at a time, and it was really finicky and fussy. But I did see on, I believe it was the Crazy Sock Ladies podcast, I think Kay was talking about how when she does that, she maybe does them on DPNs first and does a few rows or does the cuff, and then transfers them over to the circulars or the magic loop, so that you've got your beginning rows set up and they're not twisting and moving and causing a fuss. So I think that's a great idea too, but I think I'm going to try doing using this set. And actually I don't even really need the second set of needles, come to think of it, because I think I'm going to try and finish that sock first. Otherwise I could try to get the yarn from the center of the ball and do my second set, or my second sock on my second set of needles, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that sounds confusing or not, but it makes perfect sense to me. And I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to let you know in my next podcast. Hopefully these will be done, because I'm really aiming to have them done by Christmas for myself. And I will let you know if it worked and if I have now eliminated second sock syndrome. That's my plan. So I am really enjoying this. This yarn is beautiful. I feel kind of lucky to have it because I know it's a highly coveted yarn around this time of year, and it was selling out like crazy. And oh, did you know that Amanda from Yarn Enabler and Christina from the Cozy Knitter are now my new BFFs? It was so exciting. I got to meet up with them, and we had coffee and chatted and knit together, and they are so amazing. They're really obviously they seem really nice and friendly and funny on their podcast, but you know, you never know when you meet someone what they're going to be like. And they're really both lovely ladies and super talented and sweet, and I had a really nice time with them. So that was really exciting, and yeah, it was nice to knit with them. They are both, I think they both do continental knitting, and so they're really super quick. And I felt like a little bit of a novice with them, but that's okay. They're really sweet. So yeah, that's my little update on what's been happening around here. I had a little knit night with them, and I've been feverishly working on my Christmas socks. So they're gorgeous. I love them. Really happy with those. So I know in the last podcast that I did, I mentioned how I was not into socks at all. This yarn and this project really changed it. I think it was the next time I'm in a rut, I'm gonna find really beautiful self-striping yarn, or like a beautiful regia or opal, and just switch over to that, because I think that that's what it was. I think it was that I just needed something a little bit more interesting, and it does kind of feel like a bit of a race for me to get to the next stripe, and then also the next repeat, and see how many I can do. So right now, between my sock, my Cozy Memories, and my shawl, I feel like I have the perfect combination of projects, so that no matter what mood I'm in or what's going on around me, I have something to knit on. So I really, really like that. I'm really pleased. I do have a few other things that I want to cast on, but I've really been holding back. And I think because I'm enjoying those and I'm getting through them, I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer. I do have one other thing that I just cast on, and I'm kind of excited about it because I think it's going to be the only Christmas present knitting that I do this year. I don't normally do any Christmas presents hand knitted, unless I've worked on them a lot earlier and I have it planned that way. But this year I've been a little bit busy with my new Etsy shop, and I just haven't wanted to commit and stress myself out. So I did get some yarn from a company called Briggs Little. So this is a really, what I think of as a super classic company and type of wool. It is made in Canada. All of the materials and wool are Canadian sourced and milled in Canada, so it's a purely Canadian product, which is really intriguing to me. And it just looks really, really classic and homey and Canadian. So I was excited about it. I will have to admit that when I received the yarn, I thought it was really hardy and a little bit rough. So not the typical yarn that I would be picking up to do a project with, but I thought it was interesting and I wanted to find something that suited the yarn really well. So this is in the color Mauve, and it is in the Heritage line or range, and it's 100% pure wool 2-ply. So I think I found something that is going to do this yarn justice, and I'm really excited. I'm not going to say who it's for in case she watches this podcast, because she might. But I wanted to do something that reminded me of kind of old-time knitting projects that I remember from childhood. And so I did find a project called Simple House Slippers. And the one that I settled on is from Temple of Knit. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this because it's not in color. Oh, yeah. So just those super classic slip-on house slippers that I remember having as a kid, and my aunts and my grandmother had them, and I think one of my aunts used to make them for everybody. Super cute. I think they're awesome. And I think this yarn is exactly what this project calls for, because I can see these getting a lot of wear, and I think that this just is sturdy enough to hold up to wearing them every day around the house. So I have started, and I have to say that when I started knitting it, it's still really sturdy, but I feel like some of the roughness that I felt in the ball or in the cake has kind of disappeared now. So here's just the simple beginnings of the slipper. It is a free pattern, which I think it was on Ravelry, but the pattern directs you maybe to a blog or website, I'm not too sure. So I'm using a US size 6 needle, a circular, and I think I just kind of briefly looked ahead in the pattern, and I think you're just going to knit in garter stitch so many rows. I think it'll be a rectangle, and then I think you're just going to cinch it together and then start to knit the toe, like a really long extended toe, and your hole would be here to get your foot in, and I think you'll just join it at the back. So it looks like a really simple pattern, and it's knitting up really quickly. I'm gonna work on these. As soon as I finish this podcast, I'm gonna go sit in front of the fireplace and have a really nice cup of tea and work on this, because I think a Sunday afternoon is meant for something just like this, a nice, easy project. And I'm really happy with the color, actually. I think it's really pretty. It's purple and bright, but not crazy, if that makes any sense. So I'm using an Addi Turbo 32-inch circular 4mm US size 6. And I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is going to make a really cute gift for someone really special. And I'm excited to use some purely Canadian wool. I think that's really nice, and I think that this project is really nostalgic for me. So if this works out, I think I'll make more. I think I'll have enough to maybe make 2 pairs, but I'm not really sure. And if not, I might get some other colors and make a pair for myself. So that is my last work in progress, and that's it for now. I am super tempted to cast on more socks because of that other sock. It's just gotten me into the sock. I've got sock fever. But I know how much I can get through, and so I'm just gonna slow it down and wait to cast on until maybe Christmas. I'm thinking I might want to cast on a pair of socks on Christmas Eve. I feel like I've heard about that. I think it might be Danny from Little Bobbins, I think. I'm gonna check into that. I haven't caught up on her last 1 or 2 podcasts, so I think she does do a Christmas Eve cast on, and I think that would be nice, and then I will have some time off after Christmas to work on those. So, dream knitting. One other thing I might do before Christmas that I have had on my radar, but I haven't had a chance yet, but I think with all of my opal minis from my advent calendar, it's the perfect thing. And I really want to make some ornaments for I have a little mini Christmas tree in the family room. And I have this amazing set of patterns from Amber Crawley. And she is now known as Maker's Haven. She has a great new website you should check out, and some beautiful yarn there. And her patterns are called Trim the Tree. So that's one of the things I'm hoping to squeeze in after the slippers are done, because those are a gift. I think I'm going to try to do a couple of ornaments for my tree. And then there was one other one that I'm dreaming about, and I'm sure everyone that is on Instagram or Ravelry has noticed it. There is a new pattern out from Andrea Mowry, who is known as Drea Renee Knits, and it is called Find Your Fade, and it is the most stunning shawl I have ever seen, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's a combination. It's huge. It's really, really, really long and wide and a beautiful shape. I think it's an asymmetric shawl, and it's using a combination of, I can't remember if it's 5, 6, or 7 different yarns that you pick out to kind of make not a gradient, but anything you want really. So you can mix all kinds of crazy colors or make it more tonal. You can do whatever you want. So I was actually thinking that might be something to cast on right after Christmas. If I can get this shawl, my Ardent shawl, finished, although I do have one other. I really, really want to do one of the shawls from Molly at a Homespun House. I have both of her shawl patterns, and Whispering Pines, I think, is the one that I did start, but like literally just the tiny little beginnings, and then I switched up my needles to use. But I really, really want to get that one done actually. But if I can do them both, then maybe after that I would do the Find Your Fade shawl, because I love it so much. The only problem is I don't think I have all of the yarn that I would want to put into a large shawl like that. So I actually picked out, I was looking through my stash yesterday and trying to see if I had a good assortment to make like the most beautiful color combination I could find. But I don't have that much, which is a good thing. I actually like not having a ton of stash, but this is one of those times that I wished I had a little bit more. And I did try to look online. I was looking at some different yarns that really appealed to me. Some more of them were hedgehog fiber, some other ones were on Etsy and some really nice shops. But I almost picked a few out, but then I just couldn't do it because I don't know for sure if they're gonna match, and I don't want to pay right now before Christmas with shipping and duties and everything, and then not even be sure if they're the right ones that I would want in the shawl. That's my one dilemma. If I knew that it all worked and they all lined up beautifully the way I have in my head, then I wouldn't mind purchasing them. But I don't really want to purchase more yarn, and then if it doesn't really work, then I'm just kind of stashing it, and I'm trying not to let the stash get out of control, because I mean, I have more than enough of a stash. I do have a lot of extras and things I can pull from, but really not that many. Like I think I have like just what's up there is sock yarn, and they're all different colors, so they're not quite making up the fade that I would want. So that's going to be something I look into, and maybe if I get a chance over the holidays, I will find a new to me yarn shop that has beautiful hand-dyed yarns, and I can maybe scope some out there. So we'll see. Yeah, I think that's all. I just want to do some socks, and I want to enjoy finishing off these projects and then starting some new socks over the holidays. I'm really excited about that. So now I'm going to move on to things I have gotten since my last podcast. I don't have a ton of stuff, which is nice, but what I do have, I absolutely am in love with. So I have only ordered one yarn in the last couple weeks, which is great. I finally got around to ordering from Artistic Lily, and I absolutely love this beautiful birch berry color. I am a huge fan of purple. I think my sweater is kind of throwing off the color here, but it's a beautiful combination of like an earthy toned gray with a beautiful purple mixed in. I really am quite happy with this. It's really, really nice. This is on the Cozy Cashmere Sock Base. It is an 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So it's really cozy and soft. It feels beautiful, actually. Really nice hand to it. And I think I'm going to save this. I don't know what I want to make with this yet. I haven't figured that out. But I'm really happy that I finally have one of her yarns. I think this is perfect color for me. So I'm excited about that. That came. I did order a couple more progress keepers from the Gnome Knitter because I adore them and I can't stop. Like, oh, look at those. I ordered the Pop-Tart and the pecan pie, and I also have the peppermint bark, which was on my Christmas sock, which I'm super excited about. And Sweet Joanna actually sent an extra peppermint bark for me to give away. So I'm gonna hang on to this one. I think it's really pretty, and I'm gonna try to find a way to do a giveaway maybe just around Christmas time. So even if I don't podcast, I might do something on my Instagram, so keep an eye out for that. Which reminds me, I didn't say at the beginning, if you'd like to find me on Instagram or Ravelry, my username is Sandyran, and I have an Etsy shop called Sandybythelakeside, and I think that's it. So keep an eye on Instagram, because I think just around Christmas time I might do like a quick little surprise giveaway for this. If I don't, then it might be right after Christmas when I do my next podcast. So I will keep you posted on that, because this is beautiful and I think someone would love to have one of those. Okay, so something else that I got this, I actually got it right after my last podcast. So I've had it for a couple weeks and I haven't really used it yet. But I just keep looking at it because I love it so much. So in my last podcast, I showed you a bag. I had done a swap with Amber, who was previously Simple Love Made and is now known as, or has a shop and new website called Maker's Haven. She gave me a beautiful patchwork bag. We did a swap for bags and I'm super happy with it. And before that one even came, I knew it was coming. But she did another update and I couldn't resist. I raced and clicked as fast as I could before it sold out, and you know, everything sold out in a couple minutes. I needed another bag from Amber. So this is it. I absolutely adore patchwork. It's one of my most favorite things, and I think her bags are like a piece of art. And I wanted something pink and fun, and this was exactly it. So I was really lucky to get it. It's a beautiful drawstring bag, a little bit bigger than the last one I have, and it's just kind of waiting here for my next project. I love this little pig here, so cute. Looks like she's shopping. I really love Amber's work. I love how she combines fabrics, and I think I said before, we just have really similar tastes in color and fabrics, so I love it. I love this so much, and I'm really happy that I snatched one up. And other than that, I don't really have a lot of other things I've been buying other than fabric. I've been placing some orders for fabric. There are a lot of new fabrics that I have received and still have expectations to receive very, very soon. I do have plans to be sewing quite a bit. I've been taking a bit of a break since my last update because things were getting just a little bit hectic with that. It's a little bit hard to juggle, but I am having fun with it. So I am planning on doing a bit of sewing over my Christmas holiday break, and I have lots of amazing fabrics that I've been finding, and I'm super excited to make new project bags, and I think you're gonna love them. So those will probably be, you'll get some sneak peeks right after Christmas when I'm working on them, and I'll probably post them in my shop in January. So I'm really excited about that. But I also ordered this additional fabric that I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with yet, but I have never seen fabric this beautiful. There are a lot of beautiful fabrics, but this color combination and just, I think it's phenomenal. I couldn't resist. So I bought enough to, I think, maybe do a garment. I'm not sure if, I haven't figured out yet if I would actually wear this in a garment. I think it's super cute in a skirt, but I'm not really a pattern skirt wearer. So anyways, I couldn't pass it up. I had to get it. I think it's been selling out all over the place. I can't remember the name of it right now, but when I post this video, I will try to put it on the screen for you. So if you are interested in it, you can have a look. I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't remember. So I will pop it in case you're interested, but I really love it. I've been having a lot of fun looking at new fabrics for the new year, and I'm super excited to get in front of my sewing machine again. So that is coming. I've got lots of good stuff coming. Let's see. I guess my last thing that I will talk about is just one of my favorite things. I guess it's one. Is it one or two? Might be two. I don't have a lot, but it's that time of year where I am getting really excited to start my new planner. Such a nerdy thing. But along with starting a new planner in January is a new tradition for me. And I wanted to mention it to you because I've been doing it for a couple of years. And it's something that I love doing. So I don't know if you've heard of Ali Edwards, but she is known in the scrapbooking world, but also I think more, I would say even less like scrapbooking, because I feel like the word scrapbooking is kind of an old term. I feel like she documents life, and if you go to her website, aliedwards.com, she just talks a lot about recording life and documenting real life. And I really enjoy following her on Instagram, and I've been following her website for a few years. And something that she does, I don't know if she was the originator of it, but she does something called One Little Word. And she picks a word that she uses as a word to live by for the year. And I'm always interested to see what word she's chosen. And she does do an accompanying inexpensive course or something that you can do on her website with prompts that can help you through the year to keep that word in mind. But I have really enjoyed doing this. I think I've done it, I can only remember the last 2 years that I've done, but I'm pretty sure I did it the year before. So in 2015, I chose the word nurture, and I wrote it on the front of my agenda or my planner in my journals. And I wanted to take the year to take more time for myself. I think that's just one of those things that we all get to a point where we feel like we're taking care of our families and everyone else around us, and not maybe ourselves as much as we should be. So that was my word for 2015, and I tried to remind myself as often as I could that my goal for that year was to really nurture myself so that I could be a better mom, be a better friend and daughter, and then also nurture those around me. So if there were people in my life, which of course there are, but my children and just anyone that needed more from me, that I would focus on how to give that to them. So that's what I focused on for 2015. Last year, 2016, I chose the word elevate, and that was a fun one because I really wanted to stretch my limits and push myself forward, and basically elevate everything, my thoughts, my actions, everything that I did. I really wanted to try to not be negative, which I'm normally not a negative person, but we all have those moments and tendencies to do that. So I chose elevate to really just get myself to do better, to just always remind myself that I wanted to do better. So right now, I am in the process of finding my word for 2017. I've been looking online on her website. She does have all of her years past the words that she has chosen, and lots of blog posts about them. They're really fascinating. I love a lot of the words that she's chosen. One of them that I love that she's used is open. Another one was thrive. And there's a couple others that I've been considering. So I'm looking forward to that. I am getting ready to start my new agenda and planner for next year. I already have my new insert from Hobonichi. It is the cousin insert, and I can't wait. I wish I could start it now, but it doesn't start until January 1st. So I'm really looking forward to that. I want to set it up. I've got all of my new washi tapes and stamps and everything waiting to go, and that's just something that's been on my mind. I don't do a lot of New Year's resolutions, but I do feel like that one little word is the way that I like to start the new year, and just try to do something to better myself for the year and just keep it in mind and grow. So that's definitely on my mind, and hopefully the next time I podcast, I will let you know what word I have chosen and where I'm at with that and what else is going on around here. So until then, I guess I will wish you all a safe and happy, healthy holiday season. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. And if you don't, happy holidays. And I hope you all enjoy your families and your time to yourselves to make as many things as you want, and be well. So thank you so much for making this year and this experience in the knitting community and the podcasting world so special. It's been a great couple of months since I started doing this and getting involved, and I'm really thankful for all of you. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I will probably see you in the new year. So take care. Bye.